ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Welcome to Sports Monday. The Bahamas is among 31 countries competing for the overall trophy at the World Cup for darts. The team that will represent the 242 at this year's competition will leave for Japan on Tuesday.
I think the competition is going to be really stiff. It's a lot of professionals or semi-professionals that are transitioning to be professionals, so the competition is going to be really tough, but it's nothing that we haven't faced before. We do the America's Cup and the Caribbean Cup, so the competition is kind of similar in those.
It's an addiction. A lot of people play golf, and the first time they play golf, they get addicted to it. Darts is very similar. Darts, pool, and golf, very similar. And if you ask any pool shooter what got them in that, it's the first time that they actually sank the 8 ball. With golf, it's the first time they actually sank a birdie putt or something. With darts, it's the first time they threw it actually to the board and hit a bullseye or something. You know, and that's just how it was.
If you think going to the board and just firing away is all that the game entails, well, those sharpshooters have this to say.
I just practice every day, making sure you know your out shots and the combinations that you have to do in order to finish games and win matches.
I practice at least 2 hours a day, and that's what you got to do. You got to keep practicing. If you don't practice, and it takes practice, you got to practice.
Emily Morley has inked her name into the history book once again, becoming the first Bahamian rower to compete at the World Rowing Championships. The event, taking place in Sarasota, Florida, has attracted some of the best names in the sport. Morley was among those who tried to paddle her way onto the podium. She finished her heat of the women's singles scull 8 minutes 38.57 seconds. She did not advance in that event, but has the rapiage event to go. The Sacramento Kings officially released their 2017 training camp roster, and Buddy Hield is on the list of 18 players. Hield was picked up by the Sacramento Kings in a mid-season trade last season and has officially come into his own since then. He has started in 18 of his 25 games with the Kings. His most notable one was against the Phoenix Suns, where he netted 30 points. The Kings will start camp on Tuesday at the Golden One Center practice facility.
The basketball schedule for Division I colleges and university is out. We'll be keeping a close eye on DeAndre Ayton and the University of Arizona Wildcats. The team will make a trip here to the Bahamas during the Thanksgiving weekend, playing in the battle for Atlantis. One game on the schedule, however, that the analysts are looking at is against Alabama Crimson Tide on December 9th. Ayton is expected to play a key role on the squad.
The Bahamas is definitely doing big things in the sport of basketball, and it's just not with our players.
It was in 2014 that FIBA adopted a new system of basketball play. Hence, we have now this new system known as the World Cup qualifiers. As a result of the World Cup qualifiers, all persons connected to the game must be certified. Not only the referees, not only the commissioners, not only the technical delegates, but also the table officials. To this end, FIBA has established a certification course that runs for some 10 weeks. And I am pleased to advise at this time that out of 18 table officials, some 10 of them have officially been certified as of the 21st of September 2017.
That's all the time we have for sports. I'm Kelsey Johnson.